Welcome to the Journey Success Stories podcast. I'm Jennifer Sheffel, your host, and today I have with me Bob Turner. He is the COO of Signal Digital Marketing. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here.
Excellent. We're very happy to have you with us, and thank you for taking the time out of your day and joining us.
Absolutely.
So, today we will be talking, of course, about his business and how he got to where he is, but most importantly, those challenges and those opportunities that he's endured along the way, because that's really what makes us who we are, especially as business owners. So, if this is the first time to the show, please make sure that you like and subscribe because you want to get notifications when we have new shows drop, just like this one, so you can tune in, watch, save them, all sorts of fun stuff because it'll enhance you as business owners as well. So, Bob, welcome to the show and thank you so much for being here. I would love for you to tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to where you are today.
Well, Jennifer, thanks for letting me be here. I appreciate that. Gee, how did I get here today? Everybody's got a journey, right? Sometimes they take twists and turns. Sometimes they're a
Mhm.
straight line. But out of college, or I should say in college, I studied journalism and mass communication. So when I graduated from college, I started work in TV news. And I worked in TV news for a number of years, met my wife. We married, wanted to have a family. She was being transferred or was being pushed to go to Cincinnati. We both lived in Northeast Ohio at the time.
And we're happy to have you.
Well, that's very nice. And we came to Cincinnati, and at that point, I wanted to transition away from broadcasting into marketing, and that's what I did. So,
Awesome.
gee, how did I get here from that? Many marketing jobs later, I was working for a business that wanted to go online. It was still early in businesses in embracing the internet. And so we took this business online and they were eventually sold and I was laid off and I started my own agency.
Awesome. Now, how long has the agency been around?
It was first started, Signal is a continuation and a rebranding of an earlier agency. So we first started it back in 2013. I went to work for 5 years with a national digital agency that isn't around anymore.
Mm.
And I'm back out on my own, and we've had Signal running for since 2023.
That is beautiful. So there are these really wonderful awards that you have behind you. Tell us a little bit about those.
When you work in marketing, some people will judge your work, and I was fortunate enough to get a few awards.
There are more than a few. Those are very great awards to be proud of, but it also really tells a lot about the person that you are and the commitment that you have to marketing. So go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
appreciate that. No, I was just going to say I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. And to me, marketing is telling your story, and if you don't tell your story, nobody else will. So you've got to be comfortable with talking about what your business is about, what do you do, and why are you special?
Yes. So tell us, who is your ideal client that you love to work with?
At this stage, my ideal client is a local business that's
Mhm.
trying to grow beyond their neighborhood. And the internet's the best way to do that. So I work in internet marketing or digital marketing. And this ideal client would be a business that's got maybe 5 or 10 employees, maybe larger. They just don't know how to move forward. They're stuck.
Yes,
And we can often help them get unstuck.
absolutely. Because having that visual presence and virtual presence is astronomical. People have to know who you are, but more importantly, your why.
Exactly. Yeah. I think today people are a little more savvy than they used to be. Just running through the yellow pages when I was a kid watching my parents look for a plumber. They would go
Yeah.
with the biggest ad that maybe it had a picture and they'd just go, boom, that's who we'll call. Today, people are a little more savvy. They want to know who it is that they're possibly going to work with, and that's why reviews online are so important today because people really pay attention to them. So in my
Yes.
world, what we do is, we're helping businesses realize that. There's so many businesses. I remember sitting across from somebody once saying, "I hate reviews. I don't want anything to do with them." Well, that might be so, but from a marketing point of view, you have to pay
Yeah.
attention. So my job is often helping people understand those kinds of things and understand that they need to promote themselves and their positive attributes.
Absolutely. Well said. So, definitely, there are so many different marketing agencies and people that are out there that say, I do marketing. Bob, what makes you stand out amongst the rest?
Well, first of all, we do digital marketing. There are a lot of businesses out there that do it.
Hmm.
My competition, really, who I aim at, are the large national agencies. Those large national agencies, they've got hundreds, if not thousands, of clients. The challenge for them is scaling up so they are actually touching those clients on a regular basis. It's impossible for them to do that. I'm able to step in and say, hey, look, I'm local. I'll meet with you face to face whenever you want. I don't put you into a package with three services that you don't need and one that you do. It's everything is targeted for what you need, and we're local, and we
Yeah.
believe in local. We believe in small businesses, and we're a small business too. And so, if I can't sit across the table from you and tell you what it's like to be a small local business, I'm screwing up. I'm messing up bad. So we should be able to meet on those terms.
Awesome. So, when you say local, what does that region look like for you?
Yeah, so I'm local in a sense that I am a small local business. However, I can talk to people that are local in Texas or Ohio or California or Vermont. That's the beauty of what I do is we can help them in their locality anywhere across the United States.
Awesome. Thank you for explaining that because I didn't know if you were getting at the Cincinnati metropolitan region, but I know you can definitely do
Yeah.
business anywhere.
Yeah, I mean the greater Cincinnati area is my home market, and that's
Yes.
absolutely where I want to grow my base. But if somebody comes into my orbit and needs some help and they're 4 states away, I can help them because
Yes.
they're still a local business, and
Yeah,
we know how to do that part of it.
absolutely. So, what has been the number one way that people have found you and reached out to you so that then they can work with you and really be blessed by your presence?
Having a strong online local presence is really how I get my clients. That and networking. Let's talk about the first one. If I don't have a strong presence online, if people are searching SEO and I don't pop up, then I'm doing something wrong. I don't deserve to have clients if that's the case. So that's the first thing that we make sure that we're showing up and we're doing the same things we do for our clients.
Hmm.
But the second part of it is networking. If you're a small local business and you think you can put all your eggs in one basket, maybe it's all online. That's never going to work. You've
No.
got to get out and you've got to get in front of people and you've got to be able to talk to people about what you do and how you do it. And that's where networking comes in. We both
Yes.
know that we're both in BNI together.
Yes. Yes, we are. And that's how we actually met one another. But the most beautiful thing is when I had my one on one with you, because I hadn't checked in a while, the first thing you did was you grabbed your phone and you're like, well, let's see how good you really are.
Can't help it.
Thank goodness I showed up and I was there. So I was
Yeah.
very happy and blessed, but it was just that nerve-wracking, like hot second of, ooh, I was a little while ago. So, to that degree, how often do you encourage people to check and see, like, are you still up there, especially with AI and some of these other things that are coming in?
Yeah, yeah, 100% should check. What you don't want to do is check continually from your location.
Mm,
So Google is the algorithm that sorts businesses so you show up after a search is really complex. It's ingenious in a lot of ways. One of the things that it does, it's assuming that a business owner is not searching. It's assuming that a person looking for a fix of some kind is searching.
yes.
And it also is assuming that if you are at a location, if you need a plumber, and you're at a plumber's location, because it's pinging your GPS. It knows where you're searching from. And you're not choosing that plumber, then you don't want that plumber and it will stop presenting it to you.
Wow.
And so I get calls from my clients all the time saying, we're not showing up. And I'll check on online and I'm like, you sure are. How many times did you look for yourself this week? I don't know, 10. Stop looking for yourself.
Oh my gosh, that's such great advice. I did not know that. So thank you so much.
Sure. Yeah, go
Um,
home, look for yourself from home, look for yourself from another community and see how you're doing. Don't be in your office Googling yourself and wondering why you're not showing up.
Good to know. Thank you, Bob.
Mhm.
And so, for those who are watching, if you've not learned anything today, now you did.
Small piece of advice.
Right. So, Bob, where do you see the company 5 years from now? Like you've arrived. What does it look like?
Sure. Well, my wife's involved. My wife is my CEO. My son's also involved. I jokingly wink at him and I call him my VP of AI operations, but it has actually become a real thing. I gave him that
Yes.
title a few years ago before it really evolved. He is a marketing graduate and a data science graduate from Ohio State. Now,
Oh,
he works
wow.
professionally in data science, but the goal is to retire and take a less active role and have my son come in and he will take over the operations. So much like a an insurance agent who
Mhm.
has a son who's being trained into it, dad's still around guiding, maybe only working half the time while
Right.
that son is stepping in and doing the rest of the work. So that's how we're envisioning this transition.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love that you also have that succession plan in place. So then my question for Bob is, well, what is your finish date?
I don't know. We're looking at it's not 65. I don't see myself being done by that point. I really don't. Maybe 67, and I'll still be around even when I turn 70. So,
Right. Yeah. Well, and when you love something so much, passing the baton, you can still be there in the background.
yeah.
But sometimes we realize that when we pass the baton, man, this is really great. You keep that baton. I don't want nothing to do with it. You
Right.
never know.
100%. I agree with that. Now, I think my value will become more in the realm of relationships and how to manage those relationships than it will the technical stuff, which
Yes.
continues in my role in the SEO world. And now it's becoming the SEO/AI world. That
Hmm.
stuff's changing very fast. But, I'll let him handle that stuff as it moves forward at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with owning your own business, what is something that the business has gifted you that you never thought was possible or that you never ever even actually encountered until all of a sudden you were there?
Um, Freedom would be the first. My schedule is my schedule. If I want to take 3 days off, I can take 3 days off. I just need to get my work done because I work in the business and also on the business. But I need to get my work done for my clients first. That's my priority. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are typically days where I'm doing that. But if I want to take half of Wednesday and all of Thursday and Friday off, I can because I can always work Saturday too if I have to. So freedom is the first thing, but more of a sense of accomplishment as
Mm,
I've been able to put the pieces together and actually grow a business that came out of nothing. That's also pretty fulfilling to watch and to see and be a part of.
yeah, absolutely. So, as you're passing on the baton and maybe checking in from time to time, you've built all these relationships and you continue to build those relationships. What does that calendar or schedule kind of look like for you? Is it maybe Monday, Tuesday, or half days each of those days? Like, what does that now kind of look like?
Right now, what does it look like?
No, after your son's starting to take over and you're just kind of checking in from time to time.
Gotcha. Hey, I expect to work at least 20 to 25 hours a week.
Mhm.
Being retired, I still expect to be there. I still expect to be involved in one form or another, but I also envision that tapering off each year less and less. I don't want to be the dad that's looking over his shoulder going, hey, you're not doing that.
Mm,
At some point it's his responsibility, and I'm fine with that.
absolutely. I love that. So, tell me a success story that you have had, or maybe one that you're like, wow, this was absolutely amazing. I'm really pleased and thrilled that we got this individual or this business from here to here.
Wow. Because I've had a few. The one that probably is my favorite is a local business that does home automation and integration. So they're like, if you think of smart home, they
Yeah.
started as just an audio house, just bringing
Oh,
really
wow.
great audio to your home. Then they expanded into home theater. Now they're doing home theater audio and smart home integration. So this
Okay.
government, this business has really grown in terms of their offerings and their abilities. Um, I primarily work in the realm of local search. When you do a Google search, that's the map and the three businesses next to it, right, that you see. That's local search. The reason that's so important is that's where most people are choosing from today when they look for
Right.
a fix to a problem they've got. That should only work for you in about a 10 or 12-mile radius at best. We were able to place them as far away as 35 miles.
Wow.
Now that also means there's not a lot of competition in that realm, in that space. But the fact that Google still looked at them 30 or 35 miles away and said, "Yeah, these guys are the right option," that speaks volumes to what we were putting out there for them in the work we were doing.
Yes. So, once you've gotten to that point, what does that relationship look like now as far as like next steps? And because you have to always be working on it. So
It's
where are
an
you guys
ongoing
now?
process. Yes, it's like going to the gym. In my
Yes.
world, if you go to the gym and you're working out, you're going to get strong. If you stop, you're going to
Mm,
get weak. You're going to lose all that you built. And so if you want to stay strong, you have to continue to do the work in the gyms. It's the same thing with what we do. Google
yes.
is looking for that content on a regular basis. We put content out there that is search optimized. It's location optimized. And so you're building, if you can envision a wall around you, you're building this huge wall. I'm just full of those analogies today, aren't I? And so that's the challenge I've got when I'm talking about my business. If you're a roofer, you can go, hey, that's my roof and that's my roof. I have nothing to point at. So I've
I
got to build
understand.
these visual ideas.
Yes. Well, and building those stories to your earlier point, you have to have those stories and the analogies and everything in order for people to really understand exactly what you do.
You do.
But the thing about marketing is 1 month something might be working, and then the next month it's not anymore.
It's true because you're playing with a third party algorithm. You're playing with the Google algorithm. And so I love it. I get asked all the time, what exactly do I need to do? Nobody really knows exactly what you need to do. The processes that have been laid out over the last 20 or so years trying to perform SEO for our clients has all been trial and error.
Yeah.
And as Google moves forward, it comes out and does these core updates. We just had one in May, and the core update will change how the algorithm is looking at websites or local search. And so if you were high on Thursday and the core algorithm rolls through, you could be at the bottom on Friday just because it will wreak havoc in terms of what it's looking for. So we've just come through a period. If you can think of taking a big rock and throwing it in a pond and all those ripples and waves, another
Yes.
analogy. That's what's been happening in my world as far as search results lately. And so you have to calm people down. You have to continue to do what you're doing because in the end, that core update, thank goodness, was all about good content. And so
Nice.
we produce a lot of content for our clients and
Yes.
making sure that it's working.
So when you talk about content, tell me more about what is good content and what does that kind of look like?
If you're trying to placate the Google algorithm, good content is about answering people's questions that are doing searches today.
Mm,
And luckily, you're also then moving right into the realm of AI, because AI is the same thing. People are asking complex questions to AI, and AI is going out into the internet and it's looking for clues or looking for answers to offer back up. Um, and so what we do, luckily, is we're putting information out there. We're trying to answer questions. Good content should do that. It should ask a question and answer it. And if you can do that, then you're ahead of the game.
yeah. So, what is your recommendation to understand what are the good questions, or what are the questions that I should be answering as I'm educating in order to get more people into my space to learn more about what I do as a business owner?
Business owners should be talking to clients as often as they can, or new clients as often as they can, and listening to them. They're asking questions. They're asking you, hey, should it be like this? Or how do I do this? Those are the questions that you want to answer. They're the most common ones you hear. Those are the most common ones. Create content that answers those questions, and that's going to serve you well.
Absolutely. Well said. And the other day at BNI, I actually challenged our group that after the BNI meeting, think about what was the number one question you had from that day. Take your phone, record a 30-second video answering that question, and post it.
There you go.
So,
Yeah. Honest, this stuff, while it can be difficult, it's not that hard.
no, no. So, I'm not sure how many took me up on the challenge, but that's for a discussion some other time.
There you go.
But yes, those are great ways. Even if we go to a networking event and people ask, well, what do you do? And then they start to get into bits and pieces to understand more. Those are great nuggets to go ahead and just record yourself
Yeah, absolutely.
and then put it out into the universe, and it'll go ahead and get with the algorithms. The other thing is, what's working today might not work next month. So we always recommend, to your earlier point, diversify the portfolio. Have 10 different things that you're working on. Start
Yeah.
with maybe five, but get to 10, because some of those legs will fall out from time to time, but at least you have multiple ways that you're working your business.
Yeah, it's like multiple streams of income. If one suddenly dries up, you still got more and you're still receiving. And so that's the same idea with marketing.
Yes, absolutely. Well said. So I do have some rapid fire questions.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'm ready.
Ready?
I don't know. We'll
You're
see.
gonna you're gonna nail these. I have no doubt. All right, what is the key to success for you?
Put your head down, work really hard, study up if you need to, and make sure you're pleasing your customer or your client.
Yes. Then we could talk about retention.
That and work hard and stay humble.
Very much. Absolutely. So, what is your one piece of advice to other business owners?
You need to get out of the garage, the house, the office, wherever you work, and get out and meet people. If it's meeting potential clients or if it's just networking with other people, we live in a world with other people. I know some people still have a hard time with that, but you have to get out and meet people. This is how you're going to win clients in the end, or customers.
Yes. Well, and when you meet more people out in the world, they also themselves have a network. So, the whole piece of the voice and how it
Exactly.
carries.
Right. And you never know who the person you're speaking to knows. Daughter, son, aunt, uncle, cousin, neighbor who needs what you do. But they're never going to turn to you unless you're out there promoting yourself.
Absolutely. So, what is a book or podcast that you're reading or listening to right now?
Right now, I'm reading a book. I love history, so I'm reading a book called 6 Months in 1945, and it's about the last 6 months during World War II. But these 6 months are so significant because everything that happened during that period set up the next 70, 80 years, 90 years that we live in today. So it's a really fascinating look at a few little things, but they're really significant things that happened.
That is beautiful. I love that. So here's a fun question for you. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. If you had a little bit of magic dust that you could sprinkle over one spot in the business, what would it be and why?
Oh, wow. The magic dust that I'd sprinkle would be over reporting to clients.
Mm.
I'm a big believer you have to report to clients on a regular basis.
Yes.
Um, I wish I had a better way of doing reports because they can be manual at time. I wish I could just hit a button and they would all spit out. But that button doesn't exist quite yet.
When you find it, let me know because I
That's
would
right.
love some of that too.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, so before we get into the final question of the day, share with our audience how they can get a hold of you, get to learn more about Bob, and even more so, book an appointment with Bob and set up that one-on-one.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to read more about myself and Signal Digital Marketing, you can go to signaldigitalmarketing.com. If you want to reach me directly, you can send an email to bob@signaldigitalmarketing.com. If you go to our website, you'll find a contact page where you can call us. I can put the number out there as well. It's 513-237-5530. Multiple ways to get a hold of us. You can also bug me on Facebook and LinkedIn and all the other regular places too. I didn't
Excellent.
mean bug. That's I should.
You saw my face. So definitely go out there and bug Bob because I would
Please.
love to hear
That's
about
right.
all the people that are bugging him. All right, so this is this was awesome. Thank you, Bob, for all the great pieces, especially educational pieces
Sure.
that you
Thank you.
shared with everyone today.
Thank you.
But we've come to that final question of the day. What is most inspiring to you today?
I have been in the last 10 years probably impressed by the idea of helping people first.
Mm.
Um you were both in BNI. BNI has a core philosophy called giver's gain. It's another way of expressing the golden rule. Treat people the way that you would want to be treated. Some people may roll their eyes. Well, this is business that has nothing to do with business. I would argue that it has everything to do with business. And so that's that has I wish I would have learned it. It's not that I didn't know it, but embraced it earlier in life.
Yes, well said. And business is all about relationships. Let's
Yeah.
be very honest. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. Yes, they may search you and they may find you, whether it's on Yelp or they may even just ask AI. But at the end of the day, when they have that first conversation with you, they're going to know whether they know, like, or trust you and whether they're going to work with you.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
So, well, thank you for sharing. I loved
Yeah.
it. But of course, not only was this a wonderful conversation, but an educational one too, which I would have expected no less than to have that kind of conversation with Bob today. So I was excited to have him as a feature for all of you. So, of course, if you're watching, make sure you save this show, come back to it, watch it again, because there were educational tidbits on how to really succeed as business. But even more so, you need to write down that phone number from earlier and get with Bob so that then you can make sure that you're showing up where you need to be showing up so you can continue to get more business and thrive within our community. So, of course, make sure that you like and subscribe because you need to get notifications every time we have a new conversation just like this one that drops. And again, thank you so much, Bob. Greatly appreciate you and sharing with us Signal Digital Marketing and how it's such a family owned business because it's not just you, it's truly the family.
It is, which is cool. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And thanks for having me. It's been great talking with you.
all my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.